What's up, fight fans? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Alright, David Price is back. Cover your eyes when he fights. He takes on a guy called Sergey Kuzmin from Russia. I can imagine everyone like myself immediately went on to BoxRec to check out this guy and see who he is. He's unbeaten. He's tough. He's relatively inexperienced with 12 fights, but he's got a good amateur record. He knocked out Joe Joyce in the amateurs, but he's a decent prospect, which as a David Price fan, I kind of had a fan of David Price. It scares me a little bit. David Price was supposed to come back after the Povetkin loss. He wasn't supposed to just jump into this. He was supposed to come back, supposed to fight at that same arena that Hughie Fury beat Sam Sexton in Bolton. That fight got pulled for some reason. I think it was even supposed to fight on an MTK card that was supposed to be televised by IFL TV. That fight got pulled as well. So he's coming straight off a loss and straight off maybe a couple of camps, so hopefully he isn't burnt out to fight this Kuzmin dude. I don't know too much about Kuzmin. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about him. I haven't watched any of his fights. I did just watch a clip that someone put on Twitter of him knocking out Joe Joyce. So that scares me a little bit, if I'm honest with you. He does look like he comes to fight. He does come to brawl. He's a bit short and stocky. But this isn't about him. This is about David Price, right? I personally don't want to see David Price fight again. I know people will say, okay, but he got knocked out by Povetkin last. Povetkin is fighting AJ now, so it's not a bad knockout. Well, it still is. Still is a knockout, people. It doesn't change the fact that he got knocked out, and he got knocked out brutally. He had some success in the fight, I think. I think he wobbled. Can we say that? Or wobbled, or at least hurt Povetkin. We know David Price has got the power, but that's not enough. David Price has come out recently and said he still wants to fight for a world title. Someone needs to sit him down and be very honest with him and say that just isn't happening. That just isn't happening. British level, let's start there again. Let's start to fringe European. Let's go to European. Then maybe you get one of those international or regular belt opportunities. Because look at the heavyweight division right now and it's stacked. It's stacked. The top 10 are pretty good. All of the top 10 are pretty good, and even the guys outside the top 10 aren't bad as well. When you think of the likes of Chisora and Gerald Washington and Dominic Breazeale, there's some good guys out there that would all flatten David Price for me. What is the plan with David Price? Like, what do you want to do? Like, obviously, I can understand how he clearly couldn't turn this fight down. Why would you? 90,000 or so, Wembley Stadium, big time again. Why would you turn it down? But for me, he should have had a fight away from the cameras against a few journeymen, get the confidence back again. That's what he needs. Remember, with David Price, he is an Olympic bronze medalist, so there is some ability there, but with him, it's all about confidence. That's what it's about. You can see when he does his interviews, his demeanor is really poor. He lacks confidence big time, and it's about knocking a few bums out, I hate to say it, get your confidence back up, and then fight someone like this Sergey Kuzmin dude. For you to jump straight in from that loss to Povetkin to this kid, it's quite scary for me. It's quite scary. And I guess what it means is make or break. Because no one knows who this guy is. So it's almost it's a risky one. No one knows who he is. So you get beat by him and everyone's going to be like, well, this guy's not even European level that beat you. You get beat by him and that's it. And look, it's a tough one. I fully understand that Eddie's called. You've got an opportunity to fight Sky pay-per-view. Anthony Joshua undercard. It gets a chance to put your profile out there again. The money's probably better than you would have earned if you had those two warm-up fights. But if he's looking at the longer picture, which again, he says is world title ambitions, then you've got to have a couple of warm-ups. You can't come off a loss like that and then go straight in against an unbeaten kid. It doesn't make any sense, and it's mismanagement on the highest level. You lose this, then that's that. That really is that. You win it, okay, you're rolling the dice and it might work out for you, but I don't think it's worth the risk. I really don't think it's worth the risk against someone that no one knows. But he is back. I guess with David Price, he still has that puncher's chance, right? But again, he's fighting a guy that hasn't been beaten. That guy's going to be super confident, and that guy's going to be thinking, I've got a chance to really raise my profile. I'm on an AJ card. I'm on the biggest fighter in the world's card right now in front of 90,000 people. And I just don't see how this ends well for David Price. I really don't. I don't even have to watch footage of this kid to know that this is David Price. So it's a case of watch it behind your sofas, because it could get ugly very, very soon. I hope it doesn't as a fan of his, but let's be honest, guys. We know what this story is like. We've seen it before. And it doesn't end well for David Price.